Well, welcome back, folks. We've got a wonderful game for you tonight back at Fuel Esports. What's up? My name is Godly Parrot. I'm with my wonderful co-caster, Nelson. Nelson, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. A little bit sick, but I'm also sickly excited to see some Rocket League gameplay tonight.
Man. That's right, folks. We've got a really cool game. We're going up against Iowa University Titans. We've seen some of their games. A bit lower on the standings, but that's okay. They've got that one map in, so they're doing all right. Fuel as well, also kind of sitting on that lowered half. This is the ECAC for our first match here. It's Fuel sitting here in 6 with 2-3, and Iowa with 1-4. Now, if Fuel wins today, they tie it up. They get at that even mark, helps them reset to go into the later half of the season.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really big game for them tonight, and I hope they can pull out the win here quickly. And yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun to see. We know that last week's showing, they did a good job getting that win against the other team. So, folks, yeah, it's going to be fun. Really good skills. We've got our boys up ready to go. So we will be right back before we jump into this first match.
See you then.
Club and I've been thinking lately about the night that you left and told me that you hate me. But then man, I seen you kissing at that place we always drinking. Is the reason that I'm singing. One more shot is what I'm missing. I know I will risk it all, 'cause you're my fireball. You won't have to crawl when you gon' fly away with me. The way you lift me up, just can't get enough. Pull me out the dust, then you take me higher. This that love that don't expire, no. I got that undivided love, my fireball. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These lights are falling down on us right now. Yeah, and you're still shining bright. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These lights are falling down on us right now, and you're still shining bright. I would risk it all, 'cause you're my fireball. You won't have to crawl when you can fly.
Folks, welcome. We are back in it for the Win It game here as Iowa, the Titans versus Fuel. We've got Tiny Spider, Corona, and Kin. As your Peepaw out of the gate from Fuel here scores a beauty goal. Great little dunk setup for yourself. Nice little rebound off the boards.
They're not missing that.
They're
You
not
know,
missing that.
they're great players. If you get them that open backboard, they're double tapping every
Oh,
single time. And
totally.
let me just say, I've never watched these guys play before. I already love it because I like seeing all these decals. They got different decals. They don't have the sweat decal on. They have some cool decals. They got the like
Homer Simpson tops.
yeah,
you know.
they got the one Rick and Morty one, and I'm like, that's pretty sick. But look at this. This is a try hard build right here.
Oh.
But your Peepaw, look at him. He's going up. He's showing off that topper.
Oh,
And another
Chronicle!
topper as well.
Oh, just misses that top part as Kane there is able to block it. Hindsight gets bumped out from the block, recovered by Peepaw as Peepaw goes on the attack. Hindsight behind him. And Tiny Spider clears it into the net.
1-1. We got a game on our hands already as we see this little Grand Champ season 19. I love to see it. I also have that exact same banner. Just letting everyone know. I'm loving it. This is what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm already excited. This is just fun.
Right.
Like, it's just enjoyable to see. I like seeing these different skill sets. I want to see how this Fuel team plays with each other. Do they have a similar mold as the other one where there's kind of like one on the offense, one on the defense, and then one kind of holding down the mid? Or do they kind of just, see
We
how
all
the
go
game
for the
takes
ball.
it? Yeah, no, exactly. Like, how does this pan out? Like, I want to see how this game works. But so far, both teams doing a great job. 1-1 and a nice interception there by Hindsight. A really good grab off of the wall and trying to go for a nice. Oh,
Peepaw!
wow. That was nice.
That's how your grandpa does it, folks. Just a nice, just a little swift pass over Kane there, getting it right there. Didn't have the boost, didn't have the speed, just the reaction.
Chronicle going for a nice little touch there, but just didn't have enough to kind of go for a fake there, and then just came in. And I will take that all day for Fuel for sure, and blown by right here. And this is a good chance for Iowa, and flip it over, and a good save by Hindsight coming in. Chronicle going to push it up here as your Peepaw is going to look to the mid, see if he can get a pass out front. Pass comes to him, just not there in time. Hindsight is slowly going to take it back, take his time, but doesn't get the boost, unfortunately, and loses the ball while it's on the ceiling. And a nice save by Peepaw there as well.
Jumping into this attack here from Spider. Now, Iowa looking to recoup. They are down one. Kane here going for a flip into it, but misses the pinch. What it would have been a beautiful goal. Has now been an opportunity for Fuel to go for the attack again as they're setting up for this push here. Peepaw's going to go up, angle it towards that net. That bump's going to go out, redirected by Kane. Back over to Chronicle. He's going to get another chip. He's going to go off that backboard, dropped up again by Kane, really controlling it around this high area with these aerials as Hindsight going for a beautiful goal opportunity here. He's going to get a bounce over, blocked by Corona.
A great job there by both teams, just keeping the pressure and just switching from offense to defense super smoothly and keeping it just, in each other's court as long as they can. A really good job. Now, I am noticing the defense on both teams are a bit shaky right now. Now, I know it is their first game. I wonder if they got any warm-ups or not, but it just seems like they're kind of double committing for a few of these saves here, and I want to see if that changes at all through the matches. But Fuel's looking super composed right now and just trying to hold on to this lead with about a minute and 45 seconds left.
Yeah.
And I think they should have a good chance if they can stop this, and a great save. But that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
A little double commit, right? If that goes through, nobody's there to back it up because they're both going for the same shot.
Right.
But Fuel's offense is looking super solid. They're just kind of waiting for Iowa to make a mistake, but they haven't given them any more. Oh, nice play here. Another touch out front, but nobody is there. Good save by Chronicle. Not going to be on net in time.
And they're getting across, going up for a good aerial twist into the net, blocked by both Hindsight and Chronicles. Peepaw is going to go for the rebound shot towards the net, cleared back into the middle by Corona. It's going to go towards the net. Chronicles keep it over it, off that crossbar. It's going to get passed to Kane. Kane's going to redirect it toward the net. Missed by Tiny Spider. Fuel's going to try to capitalize on this mistake. Peepaw is there. That shot goes up. Blocked by Kane. As Fuel here. Hindsight. He's in it. He's putting that pressure. Gets it around one. Gets it around two.
Shot.
Oh, but the save
Just
from
off
Corona.
There. But still, Fuel does have a good shot here. And another save by Tiny Spider. A double commit by Iowa. Can Fuel capitalize on this again? Fuel's going to recoup, get this boost, and keep it in their end. And the Chronicles still going up. Peepaw misses again, and now Iowa's on the attack. Tiny Spider, no boost. Gonna grab that corner boost as Hindsight takes it. No boost to himself as well. And just kind of stall into time here. They're up. Again, 20 seconds left. Iowa State needs 1 goal, and they are down 1-15 now.
He's going to clear it out to the right side here. Probably going to do their best to just keep it in Iowa's end. They don't want it to go past that halfway point. They're going to go for a shot if they got it. Again, good blocks coming from the side of Titans here as they're trying to make something happen. Corona gets a shot up, blocked by Chronicle, and that's going to hit the ground, and the first game's going to go to Fuel.
Really good job there. I think Fuel, honestly, the biggest thing was just being playing a lot more as a team. I feel like a lot of the mistakes that happened on Iowa's side was they weren't like right here. Nobody is back at all. They're both in the exact same spot. And again, that's just something you can't be doing, right? Especially if you're playing as a good team like Fuel. You know, they're going to capitalize on your mistakes. If you're going to be messing up and going and double commit for the same ball, they're just going to be all over that. And I also think Fuel's defense, while it started off a bit shaky, was just super solid afterwards. Like, they did a good job. And their boost control, really great.
Yeah, I mean, it's forecheck, backcheck, paycheck, you know? Like, you've got all of these mentalities and strategies going around, playing around each other's rhythms. And that awareness is so important, especially capitalizing on your enemy's mistakes, especially if they do an overcommit into your end. Especially as well, we saw there was some aerials from the side of Iowa not finishing. Right?
Yeah.
Getting that final pinch is so important, because if you just carry the ball over, you're taking all that boost and just wasting it on that drop.
Yes, no, I definitely agree, and I think that's the big difference between, you know, this team and the other team we've seen for Fuel. The main team, the main roster, when they have a nice, you know, chance to score. Oh my gosh! Almost a save there, but a good shot by Tiny Spider. But a lot of the teams here, when they go up with that boost, they are kind of just like left with no boost last second, and they're just hoping that they can push something forward, right? And I think that's the one thing that might separate them a lot is that boost control. And right there, we saw Tiny Spider just kind of waited and sat around. Nice, easy shot. Didn't have to do too much. But when it gets into those technical, you know, those air dribbles across the whole field are going for these, like this right here.
Yeah.
Keeping enough boost, right? Great job.
Right?
Good control here. And still, see, 20 boosts left and a nice 50 win. See, that is what you want to do. Those are going to be the difference makers. And your Peapod centering it for the team off the post.
What a
nice
beautiful pass play. Going off the top of the arena here, dumping down, and just, you know, Chronicle's right place, right time. They saw that, they were ready for it, and they played off their teammate.
Yeah.
Which is so important.
Really good job there. It was also just, a great pass, too. You know, and 1-1 again, we saw this last time, and Fuel took the 2-1 lead and didn't let it go. Who will be taking this 2-1 lead? Let's see if they can hold on to it.
We're seeing here, though, a lot of, like, looking for these more aerial setups for this net. A lot of more of those knock 'em down kind of plays into the net rather than taking a ground ball in. Here is Hindsight, though. Marking my words, he's going to go up around, going to get blocked by Corona. This Fuel's going to try to have to recover this. Hindsight's got no boost. Fuel here, control, but it's going to get overtaken by Kane. It's going to go for a setup in the middle, blocked by Chronicle. Hindsight's going to go try to match Corona up in the air, keeping that control over for them. Chronicle gets back in time. He's going to put it over. Peapod sees this opportunity. He's going to go up to contest in the air, but both players miss. Almost going into the net, off the crossbar again. And once Corona, twice in that net with that splash.
That's really good teamwork here. Like, this is what I was talking about before. A double commit there by Fuel. Now they have no boost. Peapod's out of position there, and they come in a really good job. Unfortunately, you know, teams might get discouraged. They kind of missed 2 open shots almost there, right? But their teammate came through and said, okay, I'm going to shoot this. I know I can close this in. We have this in the bag. We got it. So now Iowa takes the 2-1 lead. Let's see if they can hold it like Fuel did, or is Fuel going to come and capitalize on Iowa's mistakes and get a goal of their own? Still a lot of time left in this game. And so far, a lot of, like you were saying, a lot of aerial play, and I think it's kind of just whoever can control the ball the longest in the air or on the wall is really who's going to win a lot of these exchanges. And I think it's a lot of who can control the boost as well. We've seen a ton of that. Let's see, a nice little air drill, but running out of boost here, and just can't squeak by. Great save.
So close. Just tried to pinch it in that corner. Hindsight was there ready for it. But Iowa here on the attack, keeping it in Fuel's end, constantly just trying to disrupt them on this play. As Fuel now having the setup in the corner, that demo's going to go out. Now, so a conversation I had with those players in the room with Chronicle, with Hindsight, was when it comes down to it, right, what are your main principles? What are you going to fall back on? And they said demos, and they said better communication. I think we're definitely seeing now when the cards are on the table, it's definitely happening. You're going to see probably a lot more demos coming out, and Fuel, that coordination, they're going to be trying to really play around those setups and those payoffs. Here, like we're seeing Chronicle, they're waiting for that one opportunity where, Iowa misses that ball over the net, something like that, or Fuel just gets a lucky pinch, and they want to capitalize on it.
Yeah, for sure. And Iowa just doesn't want to give them that. But that was almost an easy shot there for Fuel, but a good demo for Iowa. But still, Fuel does have a good chance here. Because, that demolition, you get some boost. You can grab that mid boost as well. But Iowa does a good job getting it out of their end and trying to make something happen here. And another good save by Fuel. Just trying to look to clear the ball here. Hindsight going to come in and see what he can do off of this. And a good save there by Iowa. Playing super patiently, knowing that they're in the lead. They can wait. Fuel has to play on the more aggressive end. Fuel just can't get through this defense. They're just looking to try to center one of these balls, and they're not getting anything to work right now. They're keeping it on their end, but they're not doing anything, where Iowa needs to actually react to it. And I think Iowa's doing a great job of just keeping this kind of, this neutral game going.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of really good cycles and the rotations. You saw that in that corner. Each player, once they got that bump off, almost a shot in the net there from Peepaw, just off the corner. Hindsight's going to go up for an aerial. He's going to try to put it over Kane. It won't be enough. Peepaw's looking to make something happen. The ball's going to go towards the net. Over and in!
Good shot. That was a great job with some boost to spare as well. Just look at this play again. Nice touch. Gets over. Saw that mistake by Iowa. Nobody on Iowa had enough boost to get back. And then just routine goal there. Little bounce over their head.
Nasty peek around the side. Fuel now tying this up, going in this second game here. So they're going to get more aggressive. They want to not have this go to overtime. They want to make this happen. Both teams. That shot's coming off of the bounce, playing off of the opponent's rebound.
Wow. Way to capitalize on your opponent's mistake. We always talked about it, but right there, Tiny Spider kind of ran out of boost and jumped into it as a last-ditch effort. Knew it wasn't going to get there. Didn't want something open in the middle like that.
Right.
Jumped, kind of used its last jump, tapped off the backboard, and an easy shot for Fuel. That's what they didn't want to happen, but it did. And now Fuel with a 3-2 lead with 35 seconds. And I know Iowa is kicking themselves for letting Fuel get back in this game. 50 seconds ago, they were winning 2-1, and now they're losing 3-2. But now.
Yeah.
3-3 with 26 seconds left, and a really good job here. Just keeping the constant pressure on. Fuel right there. Peepaw's out. Now Chronicles is out, and it's hard to stop a 2v1 when you're Hindsight, right?
Right.
Hindsight's 2020. Who do you go for? The guy with the ball or the guy that they're going to pass to?
Yeah. Very well done, by the way. But yeah, it's so important. And Chronicle here going to go for an aerial. He's going to go for a reverse flick. Oh, doesn't quite get that goal in. Here having to recover from an overcommit as Corona is going to be taking this into their end. They are on it. Both teams want this win. However, they stop this one final attack. The ball's up in the air. It's over Fuel's net. It will be dropped down. We're going to be going into overtime. Now, something I'm seeing Fuel capitalize on here is what they like to do is they like to loft the ball over the net on the side of Titans. So that way, when they know that those Titans, they love to defend in that area. They love to try to go for that control over top. And when that, we saw with that last goal,
yeah, right here too
happens,
as well. Yeah.
Right? They're so worried about that ball coming down over the net that they don't worry about the control they have of putting it
good
down.
touch there. But no, I definitely agree. And you can't. I think the one thing that both teams could take away.
Whoa!
Nice save there by Hindsight. Now Fuel on the attack. Can they make something? Nice touch. Oh, and just off. Can Fuel come in and score here? Leaving it for the teammate. A little bump and off again. No boost, but a great save. And Fuel still look at that. Full boost for everyone off the backboard. Can someone make it work? Misses there, and that's your shot. That's what we were looking for, right? And just couldn't get it to go. But still, Fuel does have a ton of boost in a 50. Won by Fuel if Peepaw can get up there. Does. And a nice play by Iowa there. Just getting it out of their end, clearing it, and now they're on the attack. Tiny Spider, no boost, but gets a shot off. And here we go. Let's see. Nice shadow defense there. Peepaw takes out the demo. Open shot.
Fuel's ready for it.
Good job there. See, that's super tough. That's what you want to capitalize right here. Peepaw knows, okay, I'm going to get this demo. I'm not going to get a shot off. But if I can go quick enough and get it, Chronicles will be there. Right. And honestly, that's tough for Iowa. They did everything right. It's just they couldn't get back on defense and just kind of let Fuel get back in that game. But the few things that I was going to say, the takeaways for both teams is being able to defend that backboard. If you let teams get the ball to even touch the backboard, you're just letting them have basically a free shot. And I think teams need to start playing more backboard defense. Both teams, that is, at least. I think that's gonna stop a lot of the goals that are happening because a lot of them are kind of just coming from this middle area, you know, above the net or around the front of it. And if you can cut off that pass from either the side or from the backboard, that's gonna stop a lot of their chances.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I think as well, something to note is just the rhythm that each team's playing. Because we saw right there, Fuel getting that early demo and just driving it toward the net. They played a beautiful setup into it, but that's also the risk you take when in that overtime, you're trying so hard to get a goal in their end that you're not worried about your own.
Yes.
We saw that definitely be the fault of their loss there. But Iowa, now down 2 games, are playing way more aggressive. You're seeing they're just in it. They don't want these shots to happen. But with this over-aggressiveness, you will see maybe a fault hitting off that backward. Like you said,
that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Right? You don't defend it.
The reason this goal happens, right, is if you get someone playing on that backboard to clear that ball, they don't have to play. It's like looking up. It's like the, Willem Dafoe meme.
Yeah,
when he's kind of looking up and he's like, oh my God, something's happening, right? You don't want to be playing while you're trying to push the ball up and look at the cards because then you can't see anyone on the ground. Whereas if you're playing from the backward, you see where the ball is coming from and you can determine where it goes. You can clear it, right? They need to start playing more aggressively on the backward side of defense. And it's just leading to a lot of easy goals on the side of Fuel and someone getting disconnected there on the side of the Titans. If they're going to keep playing, see if they can reconnect. This is super unfortunate. Okay, and there we go. And I'm glad that nothing really happened, like significant for sure. Obviously, you don't want anyone to get DQ'd quickly, but that was it's just something. Yeah. Oh, and a good demo there. Are they going to be able to capitalize? And no, a great save there.
Chronicle, my guy, being in the right place at the right time, anticipating that full-on attack there. As Fuel, though, they are back on this defense, being hyper aware of these demo attempts. You're seeing Titans playing a lot more bumpy cars, really trying to disrupt Fuel from being on this rhythm. As you see, they've got this attack on, rotating, playing off of each other. Once they get that attack in, they back check. Immediately, you're seeing that coming out. Here, testing over this main boost in that corner, that will determine that rhythm of that second attack as the attack is coming here onto the side of Fuel. Keep it out and away from their net. Corona's going to go for a pinch. It's going to hit off that forward corner. And more Peepaw carrying it back out. That middle push. Spider's going to be able to hold this in the air in their end. Oh, but off the boards from Chronicle. Shot goes off again. All 3 players trying to keep it up, playing that ping pong, but it didn't go in. And now Iowa's on the attack.
Yeah, and again, they're just a good job on both teams playing defense. When they're kind of down. Hindsight here, just kind of dribbling the ball, trying to make something work and fully at boost. But a big thing that I was looking to do is kind of steal a lot of Fuel's boost. I've been noticing. While you're talking, I was picking up on that. They're trying to take over this mid boost and make it so Fuel can't see. Right there again, taking this mid boost and trying to make it so Fuel can't play in the air with them. See if they can play over top. Great job there. The Fuel is getting a bit antsy here and doing, again, a lot of double commits, and I think they're going to just need to take a step back and just play a lot more defensive. They're up 1. Not only are they up 1 goal, but they're also up 2 games in the series. Nice bump there by Peepaw, but get anything to happen from it. But here, just playing a little bit more patient. Nicely done. That's a great job. And then another flick. Yes. No boost. Try to get it. Yeah. That's a great job. You just want to try to win that 50 and see Peepaw can come up and keep this pressure on. And they're not even getting anything from this except for time. They're wasting time. Time's on their side as the winning team. And see Hindsight playing off that backboard, right? Getting up there and getting the ball out cleared. And now look at Fuel. Look at how easy that was. Instead of playing from in their net and trying to make something work, Chronicles going for something. A little bump there.
Yeah. I mean, it's also it's that no boost over half rule, you know, like you don't have that there. A good attempt from Chronicle to try and put it into the net. It's hindsight looking to go for an attack in the middle, doesn't quite get that. Fuel's now going to have to be on the back check here, but Peepaw with a beautiful attempt. Kane's going to get there in the air. But Fuels now has that attack pressure on.
A good pass.
Corona here now going to go for a reset over Chronicle. They're going to, again, both players just playing off of these clears into the pockets. As these shots are going off, and off.
Oh, that's going to be on net for
hard
sure.
defense for Spider, but he was there in time. Double bow.
Wow. A good double save there by Spider. Barely any boost as well. And look at that. A nice clear, just staying with the ball, being that pest right on defense. That is the most annoying thing for attackers, is someone just kind of lingering there the whole time. And Spider just staying in that spot and just making those perfect jump saves, right? Just using those flips like immaculately. But is it going to be enough? Because they need a goal.
Oh!
Spider, oh my god.
What a pinch save.
Fuel got a little lucky there. I'm going to say, you know, I don't use luck. These are great players, obviously. A lot of what they're doing is intentional, but that, pretty lucky, and I know Fuel is going to be very, you know, grateful for that. 15 seconds left. Fuel is still up. Hindsight, going to try to get something. Yeah, a common play that we'll always see. You know, not a lot of time left. Yeah, get up here, get in the air, and try to keep that ball up as long as you can. But, oh, this is going to be an open, almost open net there, and Fuel takes it down still. 1 second left, right? Until this ball touches the ground, it is not over. Iowa needs a goal here, and Peepaw just shuts that down right away. Good job. Great job by Fuel.
Wow. I mean, just look at this beautiful pass play, right?
Yeah.
Iowa, or, you know, Peepaw setting that up, and Chronicle putting it in. I mean, well done. You know, Fuel, I think, having a really great rhythm.
Yeah, no,
these last couple
they're doing super well, and I think they're playing really scrappy, right? They're kind of taking any goal that they can. They're not, you know, they're not playing to a certain, you know, you were talking about rhythm and flow, and I feel like each game they have a different rhythm, and it's because they're going off their opponents. They're reading what they're doing, right? Right there, they're like, okay, they're really pushing for this goal here at the end. Let's keep it up in the air. Let's keep this going as long as we can, and then at the end, they just kept the pressure on, and they ended up taking away the win. You know, a lot of teams will play super defensive, and I think that's what Iowa wanted. They wanted a super defensive team so they could capitalize on that and go for more shots and try to get one in. But Feels like, no, we don't care we're up one. We're going to keep shooting. We're going to keep attacking. We're gonna attack you in the air. We're going to play our game until the end, right?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes offense is the best defense, you know, like
just
keeping it out of your end, keeping that pressure on, force the opponent to make mistakes. And even if you don't, you know, aren't able to capitalize goals off the top of that, you're still able to capitalize that, that anxiety, that pressure. It's mind games.
That fatigue, right?
Absolutely. And we're jumping into this potential match point for Fuel, already getting up there. Chronicle is going to miss the aerial, so they're going to have to recover. And this is an insane opportunity for Titans, but they're not going to be able to execute on it as Peepaw getting that ball out of there and already being annoying in that left pocket of Iowa. Fuel there, just being right in there, getting those bounces off that board, playing around that awkward angles. Corona's going to try to go for a take off the top of Fuel. This aggressiveness is already what we want to see. A demo from the side of Fuel already. But a little bit of a slip there for Spider, but it won't matter. All three of the players are there. They're ready to block that net. Corona in Kane, looking for a setup, but not quite what they wanted for that angle, as they're going to be in there trying to get these destructions. It's going to get over Hindsight's head, but no one's there to finish.
Yeah, and I'm surprised nobody's there, but it looks like they circle back for boost and they want it recouped to go for this attack again. Just keep it in Fuel's end. And this whole minute, it's almost been all attacking for Titans until now, but even right now, Fuel doesn't look to seem like they have a good plan of attack. So still, Titans are doing a really good job right here, coming out the gate and kind of playing a more controlled game, playing together as a team. A good demo there, off the ceiling. Just missed there, and Peepaw coming up. It's a good attack. Again, we see it. Oh! And can they make it work? And they can. Again, scrappy gameplay that's leading to these grimy goals. It's a good challenge in the air. Peepaw probably doesn't think he can get anything out of it. Just kind of pumps around, and then a goal. It's just keeping with that ball, keeping that pace, right?
It's just it was a good landing. He had the better opportunity than the other player, and yeah, he landed forward. Kane landed backward. There wasn't really anything he could do in that scenario. Corona here going for a quick flip over. Shot's going to go off the backboard here.
Great backboard defense
by
there.
Tiny as Fuel and pulling it out of that pocket, playing around those boosts, trying to build momentum on his attacks. You see these really big aerial plays, but bumped out of the way. This will disrupt Fuel's attack just a little bit longer, although he's still there. Fighter playing around that mid control. You want to keep it out of your corners, you want to keep it out of your end, you don't want to have those setups happen. An awkward bounce will leave them for this weird attack here. Hindsight, it's not a problem for him, he's ready for it. He's got that going, and Peepaw now with an interesting goal opportunity. He's getting pinched off the backboard over to the other side, as it looks like Hindsight and Chronicle are going to go for this second attack. Instead.
And off that backboard, it's going to be a nice shot there for Iowa, but just missed. And now Fuel is on the attack. Hindsight, can he get a cheeky shot in here? Going Chronicle's going for that demo, and just wow. Now Hindsight, obviously great job, but watch Chronicles here on this replay. Look, he knows, okay, I don't have anything in this play. I am going to go and try to get this demo or this bump, and just stalls enough time. The Corona cannot come and fully commit to that save. Great job. That's great teamwork.
Yeah.
I know what they're calling, right? It's like, okay, you shoot, I got this bump, I got this demo, right? Okay, I bumped him, take a shot, right? Great job. It's really good communication there. And you said they're gonna fall back on communication, demo.
Right.
Perfect play right there. Both of them are happening. You don't get a demo, but if you can make them just, think about something or do something a little too late, like half a second too late, that's the difference. And Fuel is now up 2-0.
I mean, when it comes to these, this game, so much precision is necessary on that, controlling your angle and your inertia. If that gets disrupted, you lose your entire chance of getting at that ball. We saw right there, Corona going for a shot attempt, but Fuel, both players are there. They're ready to block. Tiny Spider again for it. Kane with the bounce. Control off of the Chronicles there. As Corona going for these attacks again. These lofts in front of the net are very dangerous for either side, as that ball will just get slammed out of there. Ball's going to be soaring over the net onto the other side of Fuel's end. Corona wasting a lot of boost to get up there, try and keep it in. As Fuel here now have the aerial advantage. He's going to steal the boost from Chronicle, as they're going in for this challenge in the corner. He won't have as much momentum. He wants to get there. Both teams and fight, this dog fight, they're both playing a lot more scrappy. They're both just trying to edge it toward the other net. And Kane now has an opportunity. He gets it off the board. What a beautiful save!
That's insane. Also, no boost for either player in that interaction, and they somehow make it work. But still, Fuel cannot rest yet. They still need to hold off for another 50 seconds, right? But Fuel is feeling a lot more calm. They are up 3-0. They just need one more win. But I know they're looking to close it out with a great shot that just missed wide there. And what I've noticed is, I've talked about how, teams kind of have, positions.
Wow.
And I was going to say, Peepaw is the more offensive player, right? We already have 2 goals in this game.
Yeah.
And Hindsight is the more defensive player for Fuel. So if I'm Iowa, I'm looking to demo Hindsight, right? You want to get him out of the picture. He's their best defensive asset. So if you're going to look for a demo, look for them. And it's the same for Fuel. I've realized Tiny Spider is also their best defensive player, so you want to get them out of the picture. So, after playing for such a long time, nice flip reset, but out of boost there, unfortunately. But after playing for a long time, you're going to start noticing that. So you might start seeing those players get a bit more targeted for demos and bumps and whatnot, because they play more of a bigger role in the defensive end. And see, going for that bump there and just off by Iowa. And 15 seconds left. They need to produce 3 goals here if they want to win and force this to a game 5, or is it going to be a sweep by Fuel? The time is ticking, and it's looking like Fuel is going to be taking this home in a pretty easy sweep fashion, as they are just going to wait for this ball to go down.
Nice shot attempt for Titans here. They get this goal, they can then play off the kickoff, but will that matter? Have to see. They're keeping it up. They don't want this ball to touch the ground, but you leave for an easy goal, and Fuel will score for Peepaw.
Peepaw with 3 goals there, and 4-0 for the score, and also 4-0 overall as well for Fuel. Great showing by Fuel. They did a really good job. Their teamwork at the beginning was kind of a bit iffy. I talked about that, right? They kind of double committed a few times, not using their boost correctly and not communicating. But then at the end, right here, this goal that I talked about again, that's probably my favorite goal that we saw in the whole series. It kind of showcases who Fuel is in just one clip. Like you said, playing super scrappy with the demos and also really good communication.
Yeah, I mean, they did a stellar job, great showing, really good coordination, really good aggressiveness. We love all of those games. Your 3-4 goals each. They want that. They've got that pressure in that back pocket. They want to get these wins, and yeah, they had the bite to back up the bark, and yeah, a great series. And we've got an even potentially better one coming up here, as Fuel's main roster will be going up against another team. Well, Fisher Falcons. That's right.
I cannot wait. I'm really excited. You love the players. I'm excited to see what they do. Had a tough loss last week on stream, but I think they're definitely going to be bouncing back here with a different player, I believe, playing for their team. So I'm excited to see how that teamwork works, what they've been working on the last week. So don't go anywhere. We should be back shortly after this.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 10th week of the Fuel Esports Weekly Update. We hope you remember to set your clocks back on Sunday, because there's lots going on this week, and you don't want to miss any of it. First off, we hope you guys had a happy Halloween. We always love doing the spooky theme in the Discord, and we loved having you guys for Horror Night last week. Let's talk about what's coming up this week. We went back to Forwell Hall for another Monday night game night for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Melee. Congratulations to the winners as always. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Playoff season is rapidly approaching for lots of Fuel Esports rosters, with this being one of the last weeks for regular season competition. We wish all of our teams good luck as they work for their spots in the playoffs. If you don't want to miss any of the upcoming matches, make sure you follow us at FanshawFuel on all social media. You can also watch the broadcast live at twitch.tv/FanshawFuel, or after the match ends on our YouTube channel or on Rogers TV on channel 13. Now let's talk about what's coming up soon. Our biggest event of the season, the Battle of the Forest City, will be happening on November 8th in Forwell Hall. This is our charity LAN in support of Extra Life, a division of the Children's Miracle Network. We're partnering with Western Esports and Gaming Association to raise money for the Children's Health Foundation. You can donate at fsu.ca/extralife and show up to the live show in Forwell Hall to support us. We'll have lots of activities for both spectators and players throughout the day. We look forward to having you all there. We'll also be back on Monday night for another EAFC game night on EAFC 26 in Forwell Hall. As always, show up at 6 p.m. to get warmed up with some friends before the bracket begins at 7. That's all for this week. We hope you had a happy Halloween, and we'll be back next week for another Fuel Esports Weekly Update.